Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today on Customer States What? Customer states my rear suspension is held up with a strap. Please check and advise. We'll say no more, fam. We got you. We gonna check this out. First, we're gonna look around the engine bay. We're looking for any FIFO or two-holes activity. We don't really see it, but we do see a plethora of gougots amongst the cowl. We can tell that this vehicle sits. We can tell most definitely this vehicle sits. So we were able to barely nurse this vehicle into the shop. The vehicle was towed in because they couldn't drive it in. They stated that the rear suspension is held up with a strap, and most definitely it is held up with a strap. So guys, you know what comes next. Let's take it up top. Now that we have taken it up top, we're going to look around. We can see that there is most definitely a plethora of corrosion going on. There's corrosion on the driver's side, but flavor on the passenger side. Down, 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 down. Alright. Brakes are healthy though. Brakes are good. They're about 10 millimeters. No real leaks found. We could see that's original fibbage right there. That's very good. Radiator's still cooling. That's good. Alright, let's go a little further back, because you know the further we go back, the further into flavor country we go, and we are not even all the way back, and we could see this hanger. Oh, it's getting a little slim. That hanger is most definitely getting slim. Fuel lines and brake lines are looking good, which is very good. So let's get to the rear suspension. Let's get to the ugly. Let's get to the ugliness. We can see that there's a whole lot of flavor chips coming about. Oh boy, we're not looking good here. We already stuck a screwdriver through right there, which is not good. But let's get to the big ass elephant in the room. Their suspension is legitly held up with a strap. As we can see, the union between the two is no longer. It is busted right here. And we did in fact nurse this thing into the shop, but upon further investigation and further inspection, let's see if we can get it in the shot. You can see it's starting to corrode right through here. So not for nothing, man, this thing was one really good speed bump or curb or pothole from this whole freaking thing going flying. And we're deep in the Rust Belt, ladies and gentlemen. This is a, what is it? It's a 2006 Yaris with about 60K on it, but it's lived in the Rust Belt its entire life. It was a main vehicle, now it went a little further down, but it's still deep in the Salt Belt. And we could see, great googly moogly, it really hit hard. And it's always going to be, or I want to say 80% of the time, this damage is going to be on the passenger side. You might ask yourself why. Well, that's the gutter side. We could see the major freaking corrosion that happened back here, but we could also see the major corrosion that's happening here. It's all on the passenger side. Yeah, so they got two things going for them. This side, gutter side, and it probably faces the ocean too. Suspension up here, yeah, brake lines, they're not bad, but they're not good either. These lines, though, are nice and healthy. So what we're going to do back here, we're going to highly recommend they replace this entire beam, but we're not going to recommend them replace it new, because new, if it's available, this whole job is going to be like $6,000. So what we're going to recommend is to source one of these from a non-salt state. If we find these cheap enough from a non-salt state, they'll probably come complete with hub bearings and drums, but they most likely will just cut here. They'll probably cut the brake lines, so we're going to highly recommend them replace the lines also if we need to cross that bridge or not. But if we need to cross that bridge, we need to get into the interior, as we could see right here, not over there. So it goes into the interior and it hooks up to the handbrake, but the thing is, man, this interior is not that clean. It's 2006 and it doesn't look like it's ever been cleaned. That was the last time it was, but nevertheless, man, this is the bad part that we're going to have to deal with. We're going to recommend them source at least a non-salt state piece, which will be at a much reduced rate than new. So yeah, suspension was legitly held up where they freaking... That's great. I had to tighten it up, though, to get it closer. But yeah, that's what we got going today, guys. And if you don't know what to do yet, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification for further flavor.